Hi everybody, it's November 18th, 2025. Being economical with your emotions and with your thought energy is a strategy of life that can be viable and useful sometimes. But as I've learned, being too careful and being too mature it gets to the point where it's counterproductive. It's not about adding spice to life all the time, but you need to exert yourself beyond your comfort level periodically and almost regularly in this life in order to see the truth, in order to create change and create a footpath through a thrush where there wasn't one before. So exerting yourself isn't about exuding your dominance. Exerting yourself is about living and about experiencing in a way that is mostly cathartic, but not in a comforting way all the time, but more in a creative way. And so this gets me to thinking about the pennies of life. Once you have saved little trinkets, little experiences of your life and held them preciously to yourself, once you have done this enough, you might get into the concept of saving the little pennies of life, saving the moments, the memories, the thoughts, the habits. And so you save these things and they're precious to you, and they reward you for keeping them and keeping care of them and holding them in your consciousness. And when you have enough of them, even if you only have a few sometimes, you feel incredibly rich. You feel like you are in love with your life at moments. You feel like there is meaning and everything is worthwhile because you have these little trinkets of life that have shown you that there is more to this experience, more to this experience and struggle, and more to this experience than just outright suffering that has no meaning. These little trinkets are your proof. But the thing that could happen is that when you try to save too much, when you try to look at the little details, they get washed away when there's too much focus on them. They lose their meaning, and they threaten to make you lose the value in the ones that you saved initially, and the ones that are old, and the ones that are precious and are heirlooms of your life. They threaten to go looking too much at the minor details to save yourself, threatens to erase what you have kept and what has got you through thus far. So it becomes quite clear that life isn't only about being comfortable. It isn't only about being reassured that you are doing right or that your life has meaning. Life is recovery, but life is also very active. Life is an exercise. It is a training and a conditioning into forming yourself into a dynamic character, forming yourself into a powerful person that can manipulate the energies that come into its being and outputs creativity by winning at life. And winning, as I said before, winning doesn't always look like winning, and losing isn't always losing. But it's not about being a saver all the time. It's not about being reserved. So when you find this out, then you come back full circle, and you find that you get many pennies, many little trinkets through the battles that you fight actively and exert yourself in. You get little trinkets and little memories and little plaques of accomplishments when you are running and you're running on fumes and you break down. And at the breakdown, you find that you are at the finish line many times and that you exceeded what you set out to do in the first place. But this is almost like how a thermometer rises in heat. It may be 100 degrees outside, but once you take the thermometer outside, it takes a while to creep up to the exact temperature of it that it is outside. And this is how we experience life. We acclimate gradually, and we become gradually. We don't automatically become at one equilibrium with a certain situation. We gradually increase our awareness and our aptitude and our facilities to accommodate the current situation that we're in, like the thermometer reading going up. So this is an obvious lesson in life, that things aren't immediate. But going back to the pennies never leave, but reliability on anything of life will leave you vulnerable. That's the whole point of this. Relying on anything for too long and for too much and placing all your eggs in one basket is not how you proceed. It's not how you progress in life. You always have to be looking forward. And when there are times of rest and when there are times of reflection, you will have an abundance of things to look back on and to observe. So I hope this helps. Thanks.